Hi guys. So some classes finished our notes on page 6 and some classes did not. So I want to go over repeating decimal from how to change a fraction into a decimal. Alright, so first thing I'm going to do is look at my fraction. 1 will go on the inside. 12 will go on the outside. This is my division bar. Alright. So we have to think, how many times does 12 go into 1? It doesn't, so I'll put a 0. Now, to get a larger number, we have to put a decimal. Whenever you put it inside, you have to also put it on top, and then you can add another 0. Can 12 go into 10? No. So we're going to add one more 0. Can 12 go into 100? Yes, 8 times. 8 times 12 is 96. Subtract. 100 minus 96 is 4. Now we need another 0. How many times can 12 go into 40? You should have said 3. 3 times 12 is 36. Subtract. We have a 4. Bring down another 0. How many times does 12 go into 40? Should say 3. 3 times 12 is 36. Subtract. We get 4. Bring down another 0. Does anyone notice a pattern? Each time, we're going to have a remainder of 4. So we're going to have something that repeats. The thing repeating is our 3's. So we have 0.083. The 3 is repeating, so we'll put the bar notation over the 3. And don't forget, in your original, there was a whole number of 2. Alright, so now we are on page 7. This is the page 7 and 8 you are working on in class today. We'll do some together and then the rest you guys will do on your own. So let's start at the top. Write each repeating decimal into bar notation. So our first one will be 4.82. And the thing that is repeating is our 2. So there's a bar over the 2. Number 3. So negative 7.925. What's repeating? Is the 7 repeating? No. 9? No. Just the 2 and the 5. So make sure your line goes over both of them. Alright, now you try numbers 2 and 4. Alright, did you get the same answers as me? So for the first one, the 1 and the 3 are repeating. And for number 4, only the 9 is repeating. Alright. Now I'm going to do number 5. So we have to check. We're converting decimals into fractions and then simplifying them. So the first thing we have to check is the last place value. So the 2 is in the tenths and the 4 is in the hundredths. So I'll make it over 100. Now what number goes on top in the numerator? It's not just 4. You need a 24. What can I simplify by? So I know that I could divide the top and the bottom by 2. 24 divided by 2 is 12. And 100 divided by 2 is 50. Can I simplify again? Of course. This time I'm going to divide by 2 again. 12 divided by 2 is 6. 50 divided by 2 is 25. And that should be my final answer. All right. I want you to try number 6 and 7. Don't forget, those have whole numbers in front of them, so make sure your fraction is a mixed number. All right, for number 6, you should have gotten negative 10 as your whole number, and then 6/100 simplifies to 3 over 50. For number 7, 8 is your whole number, and then 15,000 simplifies to 3 over 200. Okay, let's do number 8 together. So my whole number is negative 6. And then I have 52 over, the 2 is in the tenths, hundredths. What can I divide by? I know I could divide by 2. So I'll have negative 6. 52 divided by 2 is 26 over 50. I know I could divide again. So I have negative 6. 26 divided by 2 is 13. 50 divided by 2 is 25. And that should be my final answer. All right, I want you to try numbers 9 and 10. Good luck. All right, number 9. We got 7 and 8/10. Divide by 2. And our final answer is 7 and 4/5. Number 10, we have 8 over 1,000 because it's in the thousands place. First thing I did was divide by 4. When I simplified, I got 2 over 250. Then I realized I could simplify some more, and then I got 1 over 125. Right, next, let's do number 11. So we know we have 125, and that's in the tens, hundredths, thousands place. Come on, fraction bar. All right. What can I simplify by? I know I could divide by 25. So 125 divided by 25 is 5. And then 1,000 divided by 25 is 40. Can I simplify some more? I think so. So now I'm going to divide by 5 on the top and the bottom. 5 divided by 5 is 1. 40 divided by 5 is 8. So my final answer is 1/8. All right, try numbers 12 and 13 on your own and then check your work. All right, here are, sorry, iPad malfunction. Here are your answers for numbers 12 and 13. So for 12, we have negative 2 and 628 over 1,000. We simplify it, and it becomes negative 2 and 157 over 250. And number 13, the negative 5 is our whole number, 28 over 100, because the 8's in the hundred spot. Divide by 4 on the top and bottom. And your final answer is -5 and 7 over 25. Okie dokie, now we're going to change fractions into decimals. Use bar notation when necessary, so whenever it's repeating decimal, then that's when you use bar notation. Let's start off with number 14. So 7 goes on the inside, 9 goes on the outside. 9 cannot go into 7. So you have to add a decimal and a 0, add a decimal. Can 9 go into 70? Of course. 7 times, which is 63. Subtract, we get a 7. Bring down another 0. Can 9 go into 70? Of course. 7 times, 63. That's 7. Bring down another 0. Has anyone seen a pattern? Our 7 is always going to be our remainder. So, to change -7/9 into a decimal, don't forget your negative, and then we'll have 0.7. We only need to write it once, and then the bar to show that it's repeating. All right, I want you to try number 15. So I'll help you set it up. 16 goes on the outside. Where's my handy dandy eraser? And then the 3 goes on the inside. Let's see how you do. All right, this one was a long one. Hopefully you got... This one was a long one. Hopefully you got all the steps. So when I used long division, I got 0.1875. And there was no remainder, so there's nothing repeating. So there's no bar notation for this. All right, I think... Alright, so we should have finished page 7. Make sure you have all of your work, just like I do. And then let's move on to page 8. If you need to pause the video now to make sure you have your work, please pause it. Oh no, what happened? Alright, we are now on page 8. Let's do number 16 together. Oh, yeah, get out of here, pen. Alright, so on the inside, we'll have 57. And on the outside, we'll have 50. This is a special kind of fraction because it's improper. So 50 does indeed go into 57 one time. Oops, I should use a fun color. I like the purple. One time. 1 times 50 is 50. Subtract, and we have 7. Now is when we're going to add the decimal and a 0. Bring down the 0. 50 goes into 71 time. 50. And we get 20 left over. Bring down another 0. 50 goes into 200 4 times. 4 times 50 is 200. Oh, my zeros don't look too good. And there is no remainder. So my final answer is 1.14. All right. I want you to try number 17. with number 17. Please be careful. It does have a whole number, so make sure to include the whole number in your answer. All right, this is what you should have gotten for number 17. So we got 0.133333. The 3 keeps on repeating because we'll always have a remainder of 5. So when I wrote it with my bar notation, I did 0.13 with the bar over just the 3. And then you can't forget about our whole number in front. My whole number is -4. So -4.13 repeating. Okay, let's do numbers 18 and 19. These are the last 2 that we're going to do in the video. And then I want you to finish the rest of this page for homework if you didn't do so in class. So let's start with number 18. This one's another special improper fraction. So 13 goes out inside, 6 goes outside. 6 goes into 13 2 times. Get 12, subtract 1. Now is when we add our decimal and a 0. 6 goes into 10 1 time. Bring down another 0. 6 goes into 46 times. 6 times 6 is 36. Bring down another 0. Get 40 again. 6 goes into 46 times. 36. Whoops. So our remainder will always get us with a 4. So we know our final answer is 2.16 with the bar over the 6 saying that it's repeating. Don't forget our original problem had a negative, so we need to turn this into a negative. And that's our final answer. All right, now you try number 19. All right, this one should have been easy peasy. So I get 0.75. There was no remainder, so it's a terminating decimal. There's no whole number, no negative I need to bring down. So that is my final answer. Okay, like I said, you are finishing up this page on your own. And if you don't finish in class, it is homework. Thank you guys. Hope you have a great day. See you later.